Hi students, welcome to a new session of our English grammar video lessons. Last couple of weeks, we have been learning about adjectives. We have already learned about the various kinds of adjectives and the degrees of comparison of adjectives. Today we will continue our discussion on adjectives, and today we are going to learn about the order and position of adjectives and the rules regarding the use of comma between adjectives. Before we begin our lesson today, let me remind you to participate in the Google Forms exercise after watching the video lessons a couple of times and reading the textbook attentively. Now, let us go to our lesson. Chapter 3: Order and Position of Adjectives. Consider these examples. I love the cheesy, round Italian pizza. He sold his old rusted sewing machine. So here we notice that there are more than one adjective used to describe the nouns. In the first sentence, the noun pizza is described by the adjectives cheesy, round, Italian. The second sentence, machine, is described by the adjectives old, rusted, and sewing. So, sometimes we use more than one adjective before a noun. In that case, there is a particular order that the adjectives must follow. Let us learn to use adjectives in their correct order and position. Consider this example. The Japanese paper colorful fans are on sale here. When you hear this sentence, you feel that there is something odd, something is not right. In this sentence, the adjectives that describe fans are not placed properly, or they are not ordered properly. Let us see what is the right order. The colorful Japanese paper fans are on sale here. The colorful Japanese paper fans are on sale here. So that is the right order to place the adjectives. So the first one is the sentence is wrong, and the second sentence is the right sentence, or we can say that in the second sentence the adjectives are positioned in their right order. Let us read this table to learn about the order adjectives usually follow before a noun. So, opinion comes first, then size, then comes the shape, then age, then color of the noun, then source or origin, the material, then the purpose. So, the adjectives that are used before a noun should be positioned in this order: opinion, size, shape, age, color, source or origin, material, and purpose. Let us look at the adjectives that are placed in this table. Silly old joke. He told me a silly old joke. Silly is your opinion about the joke, and old is the age of the joke, means it is an old joke. So, silly is opinion comes first, and then comes age, that is old. Silly old. He told me a silly old joke. Another sentence, we have a tall painted French window in our house. We have a tall painted French window in our house. So tall is regarding size, then color we can say it is painted, then the source, it is from where it is, French, and of course noun window. Another sentence may be, he bought a square antique Chinese dining table. So square is regarding shape. Then comes the next adjective regarding age, that is antique, that is an old one, that is antique. Then there is regarding the source, again the source from where it is, Chinese. And then purpose, for what purpose the table is being used. So it is a dining table. Another sentence may be, my grandmother gifted me a pair of warm red knitted gloves. So warm is about opinion. It's your opinion about the gloves. Then color, the color is red, and material is knitted, and the noun gloves. So adjectives must be used in this particular order of opinion, size, shape, age, color, source or origin, material, and purpose. Students, our next topic is use of comma between adjectives. Let us learn some rules regarding the use of comma between adjectives. Rule 1. When there are two or more adjectives from the same group, the conjunction and is placed between the adjectives. When there are two or more adjectives from the same group, the conjunction and is placed between the adjectives. Look at these examples. The short and plump man is the owner of the dog. In this sentence, short and plump, both adjectives that describe the noun man are from the group size. So we can use and in between both these adjectives, short and plump. Another example will be, the warm and cozy blanket is a gift from my aunt. The warm and cozy blanket is a gift from my aunt. So here also, both adjectives, warm and cozy, they are from the same group, that is opinion. So warm and cozy, that is your opinion about the blanket, and they are from the same group of opinion. Therefore, you can use and in between these two adjectives. You may also use a comma in the place of and when there are two adjectives from the same group. Instead of and, we can use a comma. Look at this example. It was a rough and dusty drive. It was a rough and dusty drive. Rough and dusty, both are referring to the same group, your opinion about the drive, rough and dusty. So you can also write, it was a rough, dusty drive. So both ways of writing the sentence are correct. You can either write, it was a rough and dusty drive, or you can write, it was a rough, dusty drive. Now the second rule regarding the use of comma between adjectives is this. When there are three or more adjectives from the same group, separate the adjectives using a comma and use and before the last adjective. Let us read it again. When there are three or more adjectives from the same group, separate the adjectives using a comma and use and before the last adjective. In such adjective strings, you can change the order of the adjectives. Let us analyze an example and then you will understand better. Here is an example. I did not enjoy the stupid, crazy and dumb acts of the clown. I did not enjoy the stupid, crazy and dumb acts of the clown. So here are three adjectives to describe the noun acts. They are stupid, crazy and dumb. So they all belong to the same category, that is opinion. They all belong to the same group of adjectives, that is opinion. Therefore, you need to place a comma after the first adjective and use a conjunction between the second and the last adjective. So we said that in such adjective strings, this type of adjective strings, you can change the order of the adjectives. So look here, I did not enjoy the crazy, dumb and stupid acts of the clown. You have changed the place of the adjectives. You have changed the order of the adjectives. So since all these three adjectives belong to the same group of adjectives, we can change their order. Let us look at another example. My black, red and white kite was blown away by the wind. So here there are again three adjectives used to describe the noun kite. Black, red and white. So they all belong to the same group, that is same group of adjectives, that is color. Therefore, you need to place a comma after the first adjective, and between the second and last adjective you need to place the conjunction and. And as we said again, we can change the order. My white, black and red kite was blown away by the wind. So the order doesn't matter there. You can change the order of the adjectives because they all belong to the same group, that is color. Now let us go to another rule regarding the use of comma between adjectives. The last rule regarding the use of comma between adjectives is as follows. When adjectives from different groups are used, we don't use a comma or and. Let us look at an example. The naughty little and plump boy kept teasing the puppy. Here in this sentence, there are three adjectives used to describe the noun boy. Naughty, little, plump. But the conjunction and used between little and plump does not sound correct. Therefore, you cannot also use a comma there because the adjectives used here, they belong to different groups. Naughty belongs to the group of opinion, whereas little and plump belong to the group of size. Therefore, we cannot use and or comma in this sentence. So this sentence is wrong. We should use like this. The naughty little plump boy kept teasing the puppy. We don't need to use a comma or and between the adjectives here. So this sentence is correct. The naughty little plump boy kept teasing the puppy. Another example will be the great and Indian batsmen were awarded medals. So as soon as we hear this sentence, something sounds odd. That is the conjunction and used between great and Indian. That doesn't sound nice or that doesn't sound correct because the adjectives belong to different groups. Great belongs to the group of opinion. Indian refers to origin. Therefore, this sentence is wrong. We need to use like this. The great Indian batsmen were awarded medals. So this sentence is right. Now here we end our lesson today, and I request you again to attempt the Google Forms exercise so that you can know how much you have understood the lesson, and I can also get a feedback. Thank you and have a nice day.